what would you say is the biggest challenge that you've had to overcome, like in your industry and or in your life, and how do you think that could be a lesson for other people? Or for me, I'm the most important person here, so for me.
I would say it's to not betray your own principles, because at some point, like if you want to have your life, if you desire a specific life, you need at some point to stop listening to other people. You need to stop listening to like your family. You need to stop listening to your old friends. You need to stop listening to maybe your current girlfriend, because they don't really know what's good for you. They think they know. But like, for instance, I was talking about communication with you the other day. It's like my mother, every time she was against any of my projects, because in her reality, it was a terrible idea, because she thought it wouldn't like help me to get like a good life. But actually, it's because she didn't know. That's it. She didn't know if it was a good thing or not. So it's a default mode of a lot of people, because they're afraid. They're going to tell you, don't do this. It's risky. Yeah. For me, every time I took risk, it was beneficial, because I learned fast. Like some guys, so right now I'm assuming I'm 27, but like some guys are like 40 and they didn't have like the life experiences. Why? Because they never take risk. When you don't take risk, you can't learn fast. Like when I was like, okay, I need to do a fight, boom, I met you, like just after I did this, brr. Instead of like some guys are gonna have the idea, and after it's gonna take them 5 years to get this, maybe I'm gonna do a fight. But just like sometimes you have an idea, execute it right away. And that's why the thing of being a sayer and saying something is so important, because it just forces you to take action. When you take action fast, you can fail fast and you can learn fast. In every different realm, it's going to be true. And that's why, like, if you want to learn fast or to have like a fast-paced life, I would strongly advise you to take risk. Because at the end of the day, the other thing I've realized is sometimes it's going to be stressful, you're going to be in difficult situations, but nowadays, almost in no situation, you're going to die. Like the worst thing that could happen to you is like a social death. Because for instance, if I completely fail and I go broke and I have no money and I lose everything, but the only thing that's going to happen to me is I'm going to go back to France for like 2 months, hustle, eat pasta, and go back with like minimum $10,000 a month. That's what's going to happen. But it's hard because when you haven't been through once, you don't know, you have a fear of death associated to like a social death, and you think you're going to die. Like literally, if you lose this, if you lose your position, and that's why I think when you're a fighter, when you're a UFC, when you lose this, you're still an ex-UFC fighter, but you're no longer like the UFC fighter. So it's like a social death. That's why I think a lot of guys are depressed. They don't know what to do because social death equals like death for a lot of people. So that's why I think like you need to take risk and just remember that worst case scenario, it's just going to be a social death. But actually, like when you take risks, the other thing is like the peer pressure of other people thinking like it's going to be humiliating, it's going to be embarrassing. When I started doing videos on the French market like years ago, like everyone is like, like laughing and stuff like that. Yeah, but right now, like they're sliding in my DMs, begging to have a way to make money and trying to make me remember them, saying, bro, you remember we were mates? No, bro, we're never mate. Because I remember the guys that when I had nothing, were like, I have your back, continue your videos, continue this, pushing you. So it's always good if at some point you hit like the bottom, because you're going to see who are really in your team. And social life is one of the best things that could happen to you. So taking risk will be like my best advice for anyone. Even if you are like 30, 40 years old, it's like, at the end of the day, yes, the only responsibility is more when you have kids and you're like, I still like some money to feed them. But except that, it's like, I would like be 100% like take risk as much as possible until like you get to at least 100K a month, because you're going to learn so much.
Well, on that note, we've been talking a lot about me advertising the fact that I sell something. So I'm gonna take some risk and for the first time advertise it.
Please sell.
With Yoann's help, I put together a product called Clarity of Purpose. It helps people find their purpose and utilizes the framework that I use to take myself from sleeping on the floor in a gym to fighting in the UFC at the elite level and cultivating the mindset you need to take on challenges. And I think this is the thing that's helped me transition from being an elite level fighter, moving out into the business world and taking risk, as Yoann has said, to continue forward. So if you have problems in relationships, meeting women, you're out of shape, you're trying to change your mindset to get in shape, or to meet women, or to make more money and in business and take more risks in your life, then hopefully the product can help you. And we'll stick it in the link below, like in the description below. You'll have the link there. There'll also be Yoann's contact information. I mean, if people have listened for this long, I don't know how long the podcast is to you in your French accent, talking about crocodiles and Montenegro and telling
really
your
nice.
girlfriend that she wanted to fuck other women.
Abandoning my girlfriend.
If they've listened to all that stuff, they obviously like you, so they can follow you and get all your information down the bottom. But yeah, so if you're interested in my course, or if you want to learn about the shadow marketing company that Yoann has, all of the stuff's going to be in the description. Really appreciate it. And I'll let Yoann say how you can get hold of him and how you can find him, and if you want to continue listening to the French Baguette.
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram at Yoann Hillary. You're going to find me. You can find me on YouTube. So I'm super pissed off because today Luke got more subscribers than me. So as I said, like, it's good to have a good group of friends, because when you have like only guys performing, it's just pushing me to like publish more content. So that's a good thing. I'm going to crush him, even if I'm on his YouTube channel. And yes, that's basically it. I have a free newsletter where I give like a lot of things about marketing, sales, and stuff like this. And one last thing about what you said about selling is something that I keep repeating to guys. Is like a lot of guys don't want to sell because as they think they're gonna be seen as like selfish. It's just like, I want to make money and shit like this. When actually, guys, like, you don't realize how much, like, when people are, because a lot of guys followed like Luke's program already, and they had like life-changing transformation. So what's more important, like a bit of money, or like actually completely changing your life? And guys, they're gonna never regret taking action and actually like joining your program. So it's like, actually, at the end of the day, the more you talk about it, the more you're gonna help some people. And the guys, they're gonna be offended because some guy wants to make money by helping people. It's not just communist. And I had enough communists in my fucking French life, so fuck them. It's like some guys that are proper capitalists, like Luke and myself, like, welcome. We're welcome in our world where we basically, you pay, you get a service, you're happy, and you change your life. So I think it's always good to remember this.
Okay, I think, again, we said about this, as long as you're adding value to the world, then you deserve to get paid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As long as the
Manifestation,
value,
right?
Exactly. So I believe that my product helps people and it changes people's lives. And like you said, I've had lots of testimonials and people tell me this. So I believe the product's great. And that's why I'm happy to put it out
That's
there.
the thing. It's a certainty.
Yeah, so I think with all that being said, I really appreciate you guys tuning in. If you made it to the end of the episode, thank you very much. And obviously, subscribe, like, all that stuff. I'm learning on the job, but thank you very much, guys, and I'll see you next time.